Come on in and welcome aboard. I am exiting out of my computer because for some reason it never wants to go live. So I am here just trying to adjust for a minute or two. But come on in. Welcome. This is Walda Collins, your purpose practitioner. Welcome to Woman Dare to Live. And tonight, oh my word, it's gonna be on and popping. That's all I can say. The information that I want to share with you tonight, is life changing if you want your life to change. You have to want your life to change first and foremost. So, welcome to Woman Dare to Live. Tonight's episode is about the power of purpose. Oh my gosh, who in their right minds, don't want to know what their purpose is or what purpose is all about? And I just want to share with you about the power of purpose. And it's a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. And it's a topic that so many people have taken a journey to find purpose. And I like to differentiate from that because, from my perspective, purpose isn't lost. So we don't find purpose, we discover purpose. We uncover the thing that has already been placed in us. So welcome, come on in. My name is Walda Collins, and you have entered into the zone of Woman Dare to Live. Tonight's episode, the power of purpose. So, if you know anything about me, I'm an author, speaker, purpose practitioner, and founder of Woman Dare to Live. And I help people discover their purpose, live their passion, and reach their destiny. We all need some help getting to the place that we've been called to. And oftentimes, our destiny, we were never called to traverse it alone. We need unity, we need people, we need one another to get to that place. So come on in, and I got a question for you tonight. What gets you out of bed? What is it that fuels your passion and energizes you day after day, month after month, week after week? What is it? Is it a 9 to 5 job? Or are you really doing that thing that you're passionate about? And one thing that I've learned is people live so much longer when they're operating in their sense of purpose, their place of purpose. People live longer when they're living in their purpose. So welcome. Hello, Lorenzo. Come on in. Thanks for joining me on this evening. And I hope you're in for a ride because we're going to talk about this thing. Dr. Miles Monroe once said, he said, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. Think about that for a minute. Death isn't the ultimate tragedy. Yes, we are saddened when people that we love leave this earth. But the saddest part is someone who never discovered their purpose, someone who never lived out what they were called to do because of fear or limiting mindsets. So we're going to dive into this thing because my thing is this. And I once told a friend that when I die, if I died today, I have no regrets of the life I've lived because I've poured out as much as what was poured into me. Hello, Daphne, and welcome. Thank you for joining in. Come on in. Tonight we're talking about the power of purpose. And I am on a mission to help as many people as possible. I am on a mission to help as many people as possible discover what it is they've been called to, who it is they've been called to serve, and where it is that they've been called to serve. And that is by helping free you from limiting mindsets and discovering your unique strengths and to live boldly a life of passion and purpose. And how do we do that? We help you define, align, reflect, and even expect to live out and become who you were called to be. You know, the search for deeper meaning, connection, and purpose is closer than you think. So what is purpose? Purpose, in my definition, is the master of what drives you and the mother of what you're dedicated to. So my question for you tonight is, what's driving you? What's pushing you? What's motivating you to get to that next step, that next place? And what is it that you dedicated your time and attention to? What have you dedicated your time and attention to? Purpose is living life to the fullest. Now that could be a different definition for everyone. Everyone doesn't have a life to the fullest. Mine is not yours and yours is not mine. But whatever fulfillment, and it's not about stuff, it's not about things, it's not about monetary things, but living life into the place where you are fulfilled and having an inward knowledge that there is a reason for your existence. You see, there's a reason for your existence, there's a reason for my existence, and our existences are different, because what I'm called to is not the thing that you're called to. And I think we would be so much further along if we stayed in the lane which we were called to, without veering to the left, without looking to see what someone else is doing on the right. And purpose is also a devotion to God's calling and the things that bring you joy and peace. See, everything that you do don't bring you joy and peace. And I recently was on a 30-day leave of absence or sabbatical, if you will. I was recently in this 30-day journey, unplugging from the things of the world, unplugging from a job, unplugging from those things that were just pushing me and driving me, but not necessarily serving me. See, purpose is a vast array, but yet simple, because when you narrow things down and you unplug from the complications of life, you can narrow down on what your purpose is. But we're busy. We live in a busy world. We live in a busy society, and one that's demanding of our time, talents, and attention. And when things are pulling on you, those things that are pulling on you aren't necessarily serving your purpose. Keep that in mind. And then there's a quest for purpose. The quest for purpose, this is the journey of life. This is the journey that many people embark upon to find value in their existence. See, we all have a value. We all have a place where we belong, that we can add to, pour into, and there is a quest for that. Many people are in search of this quest or this journey of value and meaning and significance. And then finally, there is the power of purpose. And when you tap into that thing called purpose, you understand the resilience, the motivation, the confidence, and fulfillment of life that you were called to. The power of purpose. So we're just going to tap into that over the next few weeks. Over the next few weeks, I want to cover this topic, the power of purpose, and then I want to guide us into this exercise of helping us fulfill purpose. And I'm going to go through a series called Secrets of Purposeful Living, or Secrets to Purposeful Living, and I'll be looking for a cohort of women who are serious, who are absolutely serious about discovering and even rediscovering their purpose. You see, because where you were in your 20s is different than where you were in your 30s, and different from where you were in your 40s and 50s and so forth. And purpose is not about this one thing. This is what I was called to do, and this is all I'm going to ever do, and I'm not going to do anything else for the rest of my life. No, that's not what purpose is about. I truly believe that purpose has seasons. And one season of your life, you're operating in one purpose. And the next season of your life, your purpose may be absolutely different from that previous season. And this is the thing. For whatever season you're in, God gives you the grace to operate and fulfill the purpose for that season. Is that making any sense to you? If you want to join me in this cohort, this cohort of purpose fulfillment, I would love for you to say me in the chat. If you want to join me for the purpose cohort, type me in the chat. Walda, I want to be a part of this cohort. I know I'm in a season of rediscovering or discovering the purpose for my life, and I want to enter into that space. I want to enter into that destiny that I've been called to. And if that's you, I would love to get together with you, get this information out to you, and let's get this purpose journey moving. All right, y'all good with that? Awesome. So what is purpose? Purpose is a key. It's like a key. It's a key to life. It's the key that unlocks the answers to many questions that we pose in life. And without purpose, life has no meaning. A lot of people wonder through life aimlessly, or they find themselves in adverse situations because they have not tapped into purpose. Purpose is often a greater quest to find significance. It's a quest to find, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What is it that I'm called to do? Early in my life, I knew I was different. My desires were different. My passion was different than most. But had you told me that I would be joining the Marines and handling weapons and sleeping in the woods and leading men in combat, I simply flat out would have told you, I'm not that girl. Simply. But instead, that's exactly what happened in my life. I found myself in a place where I had no direction and not knowing how I was going to get there. A place called nowhere. And I, like so many others, asked the age-old question, why am I here? What's the meaning of my life? And I had yet to find my purpose. But when you listen to the spiel that you get from the recruiters who are bringing you into the military fold, I learned a lot of personal value that I gained by joining this military segment. And I was like, I'm all in. Sign me up. Sounds good to me. And from the day I signed on that dotted line, something on the inside of me leaped. It was the thing that gave me life and the thing that ushered me into my purpose. Was I afraid? Oh, absolutely. Was it hard? Was it difficult? Probably one of the hardest things up to that point that I had ever done in my life. But it was doing the hard thing, and it was doing it afraid, that gave me the momentum that shifted the rest of my life. Sometimes it takes doing the hard things, the things that are monotonous, the things that cause us dread, the things that make our souls cringe. Sometimes it's doing the hard things that removes the barrier that keeps you from entering into the quest for your purpose. So let's talk about that. The quest for purpose. Why am I here? What is my purpose? You see, there are 5 questions that I narrowed down that many people ask. About their existence or their why. And the number 1 question is, who am I? If you've never asked, well, who am I? You should ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? What was I born to do? Where did I come from? And where am I going? At some point in life, you should be asking yourself, where have I been and where am I going? And there is no age or stage of life that you should not be asking yourselves that question. Because as I said earlier, seasons change, purpose changes. What you did in your 20s, 30s, and 40s is not what you're going to do in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. Seasons change and purpose change. And as it changes, you should be continuously asking yourself, where have I been and where am I going? The quest for purpose is a fundamental journey that many individuals embark upon. All of us at some point are going to embark upon the journey or the quest for where am I going, where have I been, and where am I going. The quest involves seeking to understand one's reason for being, for existing, the meaning of life, the significance of your actions and your choices. Oh my God. Actions and choices are definitely significant when it comes to fulfilling your purpose. Because you can say from your mouth, you can speak, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I have a dream about this and I got a vision about that. But if you never take action to execute those things, you'll never reach the purpose for which you've been called. Purpose is the key to life, and without it, life has no meaning. So the meaning in life. Meaning is a thing where many people seek a purpose and give their lives to fulfilling that purpose, having a deeper sense or acquiring a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. You want to fulfill the very reason of your existence, not just random actions for the rest of your life. And so many people just execute random actions for the rest of their life. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us of a very important plan and expectation for our lives. And it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." So if there is a plan already designed and developed for you, why are you searching out there in the world for it? Purpose is not on the outside. I want to help you understand that. Purpose is not external. Purpose is internal. So people that are trying to find purpose will continue to wander aimlessly in the world. But the people who discover their purpose will realize that purpose is already on the inside of them, and it was poured into them from the day of birth. Everything that you were designed to do is already within you. You don't have to look outside. You don't have to go outside of yourself to find purpose. When you tap within, when you tap into who you are, you will discover purpose. And then Jeremiah 29:11, it goes on to say, "For my plans for you are good and not evil." See, out there in the world, the plans are evil. But the plans of God are never ill-intended. They're never designed to do you wrong. They're never designed to bring you harm, but they're to bring you hope and a future. Come on, y'all. A hope and a future. And please note this. Your plans don't change God's purpose. It absolutely does not. Your plans don't change God's purpose for you. So it would be wise to tap into Him and seek Him first for the plans, designs, and instructions He's already developed and incorporated for your life. You are already designed with a purpose in mind, created by the master creator and forged with the plan by the master planner. And as we understand that, when we begin to grow in the direction we're supposed to grow into, we'll notice. Just think of this. As a plant grows, some roots shoot straight up like and tall trees. Some sprout up like beans, and some spread like bushes. But either way, everything that is planted has a direction for growth. Everything that is planted has a direction for growth. An apple tree can't produce lemons. A lemon tree can't produce oranges. We were all created to produce something specific. And we have to follow that specific design. We have to follow that specific design. That's what growth is all about. Following a specific design. And then there's personal growth. When we follow our design, the reason we were created, the mold that we were cut for, we embark upon what is called personal growth. Discovering one's purpose can be a path to personal growth and self-improvement. Personal growth and self-improvement comes as we follow the purpose and plan that was designed and created for our life. It can lead to a greater understanding of your value, of your passions, of your strengths. But when we're out there willy-nilly trying to tap into the world to find purpose, we will be all over the place. I like when the military tells us to know yourself and seek self-improvement. We have to do some inner reflection, some self-reflection, some personal reflection to know ourselves and seek self-improvement. And I consider myself a lifelong learner. The day I stop learning and growing is the day I take my last breath. Life is a continuous plan of growth and learning. But as we grow and as we learn, it's not for us. It's not to keep it to ourselves, but it's to pour into someone else. Your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is to serve someone else. Your purpose is not for you. And guess what? When you start to serve others, it motivates you and it drives you to keep pressing forward. It blesses you to be a blessing to others. At least I hope. I hope that when you feel like you're serving others, that when you're operating in your purpose, your passion, and your calling, you are fulfilled because you're not hoarding purpose for yourself, but you're learning and growing and operating in purpose to serve someone else. That should be and drive. Amen? Is that good? Is that clear? All right. So motivation and drive is a clear sense of purpose, and it can be a powerful thing, a powerful factor in your life. When people have a strong reason for their actions, for serving, for pouring into others, they tend to be more committed, resilient, and driven to achieve their goals or whatever it is they've been called to. I'm going to say that again. A clear sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator. When people have a strong reason for their actions, pouring into others, serving others, giving, they tend to be committed, resilient, and driven to achieve what they've been called to. And then my last and final point tonight is, well, maybe it's not my last and final point, but my fourth point tonight is decision making, a sense of purpose. So tonight, for all of you all that are just joining in, for those that are just chiming in, tonight we're talking about the power of purpose. And from tonight, we are going to enter into a series of tapping into our God-given purpose. And if you're on board, I want you to type me in the chat. If you want to know and be a part of the cohort of discovering your God-given purpose, type me in the chat, because I want to get information out to you. I want to get this cohort together, and over the next several weeks, we are going to enter into a place of discovering and rediscovering who God has called us to be and what He has called us to do. Because this is the thing. Sometimes we get up in age. For those who are my age and older, I'm not going to put that out there, but those who are my age and older, sometimes we get to a point, into a place where we feel like, oh, I've done what I'm going to do and I'm just old and I'm not going to do anything else. The devil is a liar. You are called to be a person of passion and purpose until the day you breathe your last breath. What you did in your 20s, you're not doing in your 30s. At least I hope. What you're doing in your 30s, you're not doing in your 40s, and so forth and so on. And sometimes we have to rediscover who God has called us to be, or the season He's called us into. So if that is you, if you want to be a part of the cohort for the next few weeks, I want to work with you. I'm only going to pick about 10 people to operate in this cohort with me. So it's not too big, it's not overwhelming, but I want us to tap into and discover and even rediscover what it is, the good and perfect plan that God has called us to in this season of our lives. And sometimes that's making a decision to do so. And that's my next point, decision making. A sense of purpose can guide your decision making. When you know where you're going, what you're supposed to be doing, guess what? You're going to cut off a lot of things that don't serve you and a lot of things that won't usher you into your purpose. Sometimes we're just doing random acts and random things and just living and existing, but not utilizing and doing the things that will usher us into our God-given purpose. So decision making, a sense of purpose, guiding you into making the right decisions and helping individuals make choices that align their lives and their values with their purpose and objectives. When we know where we're going and why we're going, it helps us make better choices. I'm going to say that again. When we know where we're going and why we're going, it helps us to make better choices. God is our greater source when we have to make tough decisions. Trust Him first rather than leaning on your own understanding. And it's when we acknowledge Him, even in the smallest, simplest, littlest things, He will guide us in the way we should go. And this is the thing. Most of you know, or some of you may know, that I was on this 30-day leave of absence or 30-day sabbatical. And when I tell you I unplugged from the world, I unplugged from the things that were tugging and pulling on me, I unplugged from people, I unplugged from situations, because my purpose was at stake. Lord, where have you called me in this season? And I want to be in that place that you've called me to. And sometimes we have to unplug to clearly hear, because the world will pull on us, tug on us, and even guide us into places we have no purpose being there. So when making decisions, here are a few questions to ask yourself. And we have to make decisions daily. Daily. Decisions are not just big decisions, small decisions, medium-sized decisions. We have to constantly make decisions daily. And the decisions and choices that you make directly affect your purpose and where you're going. So as you make decisions, ask yourself these questions. 1, do I have all the facts? Do I know everything I need to know about this situation in order to make an informed decision? Do I have all the facts? Number 2, am I being pressured to make a premature decision? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I hate pressure salespeople. I don't hate the people, but I hate pressure salespeople. Somebody who's pushing you to make a decision. If you don't buy this right now, the sale it'll go off tomorrow. Oh, well, then it must not be for me. Do not fall for being pressured into making premature decisions. That was number 2. Number 3, what motives are driving my decision? Am I making a hasty decision because I need money right now? Am I making a hasty decision because I don't want to have the FOMO syndrome, fear of missing out? You make a hasty decision because you fear you're going to miss out on something. What motives are driving your decisions? That was number 3. Number 4, have I consulted wise counsel? I had to make a very big decision over those 30 days. And in making the decision, I wanted to be clear. I wanted to be sure. I don't go to everybody asking their opinion because that brings confusion. But I do seek wise counsel when making decisions that will ultimately delay or enhance my purpose. Have I consulted with wise counsel? Now, there's some busy betties out there that will go to this person and that person, and and basically what you're doing is just seeking something that's going to tell you what you want to hear. But when you seek wise counsel, they will tell you what you need to hear. So in your decision making, when it comes to fulfilling your purpose, ask yourself these 4 questions. Do I have all the facts? Am I being pressured to make a premature decision? What motives are driving my decision? And have I consulted with wise counsel? Making decisions in certain situations, yes, can be tough. But good choices and good decisions help us to align with our purpose. Good choices and good decisions align us with our purpose. And then finally, contribution to others. Number 5, contribution to others, the ultimate pursuit of your purpose. Whew. I told y'all earlier, your purpose is not about you. The ultimate pursuit of your purpose is significant in service to others. You weren't created and designed for self-fulfillment. You were created and designed to serve others, and that's how you become fulfilled. Contribution to others. So tonight we've talked about the power of purpose, and in helping us execute the power of our purpose, we have to, 1, know the meaning of life. 2, understand what personal growth is. 3, find out what motivates and drives us. 4, make wise choices and wise decisions that align with the purpose for which you've been called. And then number 5, contribute to others, serve others, pour out what's been poured into you. The best generosity, the best act of generosity is to give. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Now, this is not just about money. Give love, and it shall be given unto you. Give peace, and it shall be given unto you. Give joy, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall man pour into your lap or give into your bosom. Whatever it is you give, it shall be given back to you. Good measure, with good measure. Amen? So the power of purpose. And for those that are just joining or just coming aboard, I was talking about doing, over the next few weeks, I'm hosting a cohort, and I would like 10 people to join me in this cohort as we uncover and discover the secrets to purposeful living. And in this cohort, we will dive into the good and perfect plan and purpose that God has for our life. It will be spiritual, but it will also be practical. So if that is you and you want to be a part of this cohort for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks max, type me in the chat, and I would love to get the information out to you. I want you to be a part of the journey and the quest to discover and rediscover the good and perfect plan that God has for your life. That is all I have for tonight. I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all next week. If you want to join the cohort, type me in the chat, and I look forward to working with you over the next 4 or 5 weeks. God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you next time.